Hello and welcome to the video. In this video, we will go through step 11 of the SAP UI5 walkthrough series, and we will understand about pages and panels. So pages and panels are two different controls from the SAP.m library, which basically helps us to enhance the look and feel of our UI5 application. So let us go through in detail and understand what these two controls bring to the picture. This is how our UI5 application will look like. Just for comparison purposes, I'll just show you that how the application used to look in the earlier steps and how the application will look once we are completed with the changes in this step. So this is how the application used to look in the earlier steps up until now. We have a button for say hello, and we have an input control where user can provide any text and the text description and the input description. Now, once we have made all the changes of step 11, that is, we have introduced pages and panels in our application, this is how the application will look like. Now, let us go through the code changes which are needed for this step in our UI5 application. So I have already downloaded the code for this application, and we will understand what changes are there. Now, first of all, we have our button and the input control, which are coming from the previous steps. What we have done here is that we have introduced a new page control from the SAP.m library. This is our SAP.m library, which basically corresponds to the default namespace in our view. We take the page control from this library, and inside the content section of this page control, we have put both the button and input control. This page control provides an aggregation of 0 to n. It has been mentioned here. This means that inside a page control, you can have n number of controls placed inside it. So we have the button and the input control here. The page control also provides a property for setting the title of the page, for which we have a text which we are reading from the I18N file. Now you can see here is that this page control is basically placed inside another control called sap.m.pages, which is another control which provides aggregation. And this pages control is contained inside our app control. This is another new control which we are using in our view. This app control is again coming from the sap.m library. This app control basically provides the capability for navigating between different pages in our application. We will understand it furthermore when we go through the other steps in the SAP UI5 walkthrough series. Also, in order to make the full screen height of the view work properly, we have introduced this property called display block and set its value to true. We also see here that we have a panel control placed inside the page content. This panel control basically helps us to group similar content together. That is why we have a panel control inside a page control. Now, just to reiterate, we have introduced an app control from the sap.m library, which basically will be used to provide some navigation related functionality within different pages. We will see that in the later video tutorials. Inside the app control, we have a pages control. This pages control again provides aggregation, and you can have multiple pages inside this. You can have multiple page controls placed inside this pages control. Here inside this pages control, we have one page control introduced, which basically provides the header text for our page. And inside the content of the page control, we have a panel which is used to group similar content together. And inside the panel, we have our button and the input control. So these are the changes needed in the app.view.xml file. Now, because we have some additional text introduced in our view.xml file, we I have to maintain that text in our i18n.properties file also. Here you can see that the home page title, we have maintained the text here, and the hello panel title, we have maintained the text here in our i18n file. Now we'll run this application and see how the look and feel of our application has changed after these changes. So in order to run the application, I just run the UI5 serve command now, and we click on the localhost 8080 URL. Then we go to index.html file and we see how the application looks now after introducing a page and a panel in our view.xml file. You can see here that this walkthrough title is basically coming from the homepage title, which we have introduced. And this hello world text is basically the title of our panel, which we have introduced. So that is it, what I wanted to cover in this video. Basically, it's all about step 11. In the next video, we'll go through step 12 and understand about shell control as container. Thank you for watching the video and have a nice day.